Okay, good day, everybody. This is Dennis Woolman, the Active Trend Trader. Welcome to On the Radar, and this is a live market update. And guess what? It's the last day of March 2021. So let's not mess around. Let's just jump right into it. If you're joining us on Instagram, welcome aboard. And I want to cover a couple of things. You are joining us on Instagram. As you see, above my head, there is no stock chart yet. There will be here shortly. What I am showing you, though, is called a link tree, and it's in my bio on it's on the bio that I have on Instagram. And if you go over to my bio, and you can basically see all the things that are associated with active trend trading. I've got one, how to make money trading stocks. This is the link to the YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please go there, click that. It'll take you to YouTube. Bow. Then what will that do for you? One, you'll get notification whenever I post any new training video, and also a personal invitation to how to make money trading stocks and options that we do every Friday, except this week we're going to do it Thursday, 11 a.m. Pacific. And then if you want to get hooked up with the Power Rank Elite free watch list every week, you just click here. And what I like is really good is the autopilot trading top 5 growth stock and leverage ETFs. You can save up to 75% on this particular member services if you just come here, click on link tree. So in other words, if you are just watching this on Instagram, please jump over, hit the bio and link tree, and also just save this for future use, because I'd love to have you as a part of the active trend trading family. And I do treat all our members like family. I so appreciate what everybody is doing, and also how they are basically really well in the market. So let's go ahead and jump over. Let's get rid of this handsome guy. He'll come back in a little bit. You probably think it's kind of funny when I say, handsome guy and all that kind of stuff. But hey, when you're 69 years old, it's okay to basically approach life that way, because I figure, hey, I will call myself handsome simply because, the good Lord made me the way I am, and so I'm agreeing with His handiwork, and He made me handsome. So, hey, let's get on into the spiders. You didn't tune in to hear me bloviate on some of the other finer things in life. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Really exciting. Next month, my wife and I celebrate our 47th year anniversary, and she's glad that I do what I do for a living. So hey, let's look at the S&P. S&P, interesting. We came right up, price came right up into the price action of the past high here, and then put in that's when the sellers came in. So we hit resistance, sellers came in, pushed the price action down. And so I'll thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. And Simply Trade In. Hey, send me a DM, and we'll see if we can show you how to get hooked up into the active trend trading system. Anyway, hit resistance, fell down, not quite a shooting star, but really pretty close to it. It did show us, hey, guess what? Sellers came in, pushed things down, and we'll see what transpires from there. One of the things that I'll be looking at tomorrow is I'll be looking at, with that being a level of a resistance, make a whole lot of sense to go ahead and try to get in a bearish trade to the downside. Basically, I would be putting in a call credit spread, or what they call a bearish call spread to the downside on SPY. What's this looking at? Since this is the last day of the month, let's go ahead and take a look at the weeklies. going to get a little bit more today than you might have gotten previously. But here's the weeklies. Okay, weeklies not showing us a lot. And if I pop that over and just take what is the monthlies telling us also, because that's, since it is the end of the month, let's go ahead and pop in a monthly chart here. That's always a good idea. You want to go from, you know, a bigger picture of things to a smaller picture of things to time your trades. So from a monthly perspective, what's happened? Okay, prices pushed up. They're closing for a monthly standpoint close to the highs. That's, you know, kind of a bullish standpoint. However, what do we see on this chart that should be of concern? Now, I'm not saying it's going to fall out of the sky and drop like a rock. However, we look at this past high here and the past high here. What's been happening to momentum? And that was back in, 2018. What's been happening with momentum? Been falling, except on this last little bit from here to here, momentum has actually picked up just a little bit. So it'll be interesting to watch going forward. Yeah, it is definitely extended, Mike. And you know, what we say extended, when we say extended, what is it extended away from? You know, we as traders tend to throw out a lot of words to go, well, because it you know, it clearly is extended, but it's extended from what? Well, oftentimes traders and the pros, they look at the 20-period moving average as kind of the baseline for where 2021 period moving average. I keep it on all my charts, the 2021. I use the 20, just, you know, why? You know, there's not that much difference between a 20 and 21, but if you think about reversion to the mean, if you get well extended away from the 20, you're going to get some kind of reversion to the mean. What does that mean? We're going to get a pullback into the mean. Now, oftentimes the mean will keep going up, and so they're where they intersect oftentimes give us a great place to take a bounce. So that's very interesting. Let's go back to the dailies. Jump over to the Qs. NASDAQ was acting fairly strong today. And yeah. And so actually, NASDAQ has broken out of the downtrend line. Now, am I going to jump on this trade right here? Not totally. I'm not yet there, because look what happens. It gets right back up into the level of past resistance. That's why I say always, when you see prices starting to sell off like that, look to your left and see what's over here. And what we see there is there's a past level of resistance where sellers came in before, right there, and also over here. So that gives us an idea that sellers are parked. Now, who are those sellers made up of? Those sellers are made up of people who were buyers, but they were really poor timing buyers, because they were buying here, and then the market went and kind of rained on their parade. So this pocket of people are there saying, oh my goodness, if I can just get back to break even, I'll sell my position. So what happens on any process is, when those people who were jumped into this position here, when they are gone, they've sold their positions. They're going, okay, I weathered the storm. They've sold their position. That's when the market can push all the way up through there and head into a new what? A new, stronger uptrend, which is really cool. So that's it for the Qs. What about IWM? IWM bounced up very strongly this morning or today. However, and the reason I say morning is here in Hawaii, it's still morning time, guys. Hey, Jason, how you doing? How's the golf team doing? I'm proud you joined us today, man. Really enjoy following Oil Marymount on the web. So it looks like you got some studs out there for the golf team too. Anyway, so basically, what do? We hit right up into the, guess what? the 20-period moving average. In this case, it's a 20-day moving average. Then things sold off. Again, look to your left. What happened? We had in the past some other selling over here. We jumped up to basically dropping back down. What's going to happen after hours? Now, we jumped into a trade last Friday on this, about right here, with the anticipation we weren't going to stick our head much over the 223 area. That's our stop loss. And as you see, price action is starting to push back down. Be looking for, if this continues to push down, I definitely will get out of the credit spread that I have going on. It's right now, if I stop out of it right now, it's going to be for a little bit of a loss, and that's okay. I mean, the thing about it is we were the week before, we took one and we picked it up and bought it back, and earned about 80% of the premium we could have done. Yeah, Mike, a little bit of pain there. So that's what I'm looking at. We'll see what transpires. One of the things, if you're still in that credit spread, and we get a sell-off in to start the day, jump out of that puppy during the first 2 hours of trading. Why? Well, we want to, because that's when you'll be able to, hopefully, the time decay has not totally ticked in yet, but it will happen really fast in the afternoon. So we want to jump out of that position as quickly as possible. So in other words, if I get down to about 2019, and I can get out of that trade for $1.60 to $1.40, I'm out of there. I'm gone. Gonzo. So that's what we have for IWM. A couple of things. Hey, I got a question for you guys. And if you can either type it in the comments, or if you're watching this on Instagram TV a little bit later on, my question for you is, what is your target monthly compounding rate? In other words, what would you like to compound your investment dollars at? And on average, if you're trading growth stocks, I'm just talking growth stocks, I'm not talking the options here, and you get into a growth stock at the proper place, what should be your expectation to the upside within the first 5 to 7 days of that trade? And if you're online, you can go ahead and answer that now too. But what is that? And do you even think about compounding? If you're not thinking about compounding and how to take advantage of it, though, you're missing the boat on building wealth. And since we want to be targeted on building wealth and being good stewards of the resources that have been put in our hands, we need to be understanding how that works. So that's a question I'll just leave with you. Hey, just leave a comment down in the comment section. And of course, if you do have a stock you want us to take a look at, we'll do that. I want to leave you with 2 stocks that are very interesting. One is AMD. AME, but AMD. And why do I say this? It's not ready to buy quite yet, but it's looking very interesting. AMD, that is the advanced micro devices. Now, what has happened on AMD? Yeah, really poor that we're below the 200-day moving average. But look, we have a momentum shift, significant momentum shift off of that hammer right there. This is a potential pre-earning trade type this is a pre-earnings trade type of potential trade. Because earnings come up on 4/27, 4/27 before the market opens, and so I'll be looking at this for a potential. If you're interested in finding out more about our earnings trade potential, drop me a DM. I will be glad to share with you the list that I follow, a corral of just absolutely great growth stocks. and they just tend to repeat over and over and over again, giving us opportunities to get into great trades short term. And we're not looking at getting into all of them, but we have about 30 to 40 stocks that we watch very closely during earnings. And between the 8 weeks to 2 weeks before earnings, that's when we often can get on to jump on the train, because many times these growth stocks tend to run up into earnings. And so that's what how that works. Here's a question for you. Whatever reason. There we go. Okay. Yeah, the earning trades have rocked, Mike. You're absolutely correct. And also, it's great to have a nice stable of stocks. And then, so AMD, that's one. Put it on your list. Two, an old favorite. Elon Musk would be very proud of us. No, seriously. Tesla has been, kind of beat up a little bit. Let's run here to take a look at this on the monthly chart. See, over the last little bit, although it doesn't show it from the monthly chart that much that it's been beat up, but it has. I mean, it's gone from, what's our upper level there? About $900, just a little bit under $900, down to about 560, 550. Okay, that's a what? $350 drop, and now it's back at 667. What I like about this is it has earnings also coming up on 4/28, and as you can see here, it has just basically momentum has just shifted up. Price actions have broken out of the downtrend line. So let's see what happens going further from there. So I'm going to be paying attention to about the middle part of today's candlestick. And again, look to your left. What do you see? What I'm seeing is that basically look to your left. What do you see? Look at that hammer sitting right there. And the last place where it found support and bounced from there. We also have here's the low. Now we have a higher low in place. As soon as we take out that high right there at 692.65, approximately, that will put us back into an uptrend on Tesla. Now, uptrend on Tesla. And I don't know about you, but I don't think Tesla is going to go away as far as being a good potential trade going forward. And and then the last one I'll leave you with is I promised you that I would show you. I talked about it a little bit yesterday, and right now it's poking me in the eye. I made a decision on Lulu because I had missed my stop loss on Lulu, and so I made a decision on Lulu. I was going to basically let it go through earnings, and so what has happened? Well, it had great earnings but poor guidance, and it got whacked to the downside. And so lessons to be learned. We should always learn a lessons when we're trading, regardless if it is a profitable trade or a non-profitable trade. There's a lesson to be learned. Is my rules say don't trade across earnings very often. Okay, don't trade across earnings. And although I had taken in a nice profit on part of this trade, by trading across earnings, when the implied volatility kicked in or basically shrank immediately after earnings happened, well, it also took all of the premium out of my options, and I didn't get a gap up because I needed a gap up to above these cash resistance level right there at the 320. Get up about 325. Was it possible for it to do that? You betcha it was. At the same time, though, I had to be willing to bite the bullet, and this one I had to ride. Still an opportunity tomorrow. Could it run up tomorrow above 325? Sure, maybe. But the probability of that happen is probably down about 10 to 15%. So again, live and learn from each one of your trades. And so with that, I want to thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, folks, for joining us. Again, please leave a comment down in the section on what your expectations for a monthly compounding amount, because it's very important. We're going to be coming back and providing training to our premium members on that. And last but not least, if you're joining us on YouTube, please hit the bell, subscribe, and let us know what you like about and what other kind of videos you'd like to see on helping you become a better trader. So until later, hey, there that handsome guy is. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of your Wednesday. Tomorrow does end the week of trading, and then we'll have Good Friday in preparation for Easter Sunday. So aloha and God bless everybody.